What is up, guys? So you've been asking for me to make a meso farming video, and I haven't been doing that because I wanted to test a few things out, get some numbers for you guys, just so I could ensure that I gave you guys the best quality video that I could. Now, quick disclaimer. This is not going to be the absolute quickest way you can make meso. You would have to be farming very actively and paying full attention to maple in order to make that. But I can tell you that this method is very relaxing. All you really need to do is hold down a button with your fingers and you'll be good. Now, there are a few prerequisites before you can do this method. First, you're going to need to be a Kana, obviously. You're going to need to be over level 150 because that level 150 hyper skill called Black-Hearted Curse is the skill that we're going to primarily be using. You're going to need to have pets with auto loot. I have two. Two is a lot better than one because two are just able to loot your meso much more efficiently. You're going to need to have, well, this isn't necessary to start off, but you're going to need to cube 100% worth of meso obtained on your items eventually. And last but not least, you're going to need to have legendary ability with meso obtained on there too. You don't need it at the beginning, but try to get it as soon as possible because it will pay dividends. Oh, and I forgot to mention, you're going to need to have a Leprechaun Familiar. A Leprechaun Familiar gives you 100% vitality, and if you can also get a Eye of Time Familiar from the Temple of Time, get one of those too, but Eyes of Time are very hard to farm, so if you can't get it, that's fine. All that means is after your Leprechaun Familiar runs out of vitality, well, before it runs out, so right as it's going to run out of vitality, you have to go into the cash shop and then leave the cash shop again, and then your Leprechaun's vitality will be completely restored. Unless you wish to do 2 bars of vitality for Leprechaun and 1 bar of vitality for the Eye of Time, you'll be able to switch off between the two. However, doing it in a cash shop about every 30 minutes or so is not that big of a deal for me, so I just have the Leprechaun. You can also have some Legion buffs here, like the Legion Wealth level 3 gives you 50% meso obtained for 30 minutes. However, like I said, this method is very relaxing, and it's not the highest amount of meso per hour, but it is very relaxing. So I don't personally use one because I don't think it's worth it, because all I'm really doing is holding down a button. Anyways, let's go to the map that I farm at. It's at Fantasy Theme Park 3, which, if you don't know, it is in Malaysia. It's right here. And bye-bye, right here, bye-bye station, longest ride on bye-bye station is the map that I personally farm at. The reason why I like bye-bye station is, unlike MP3 and Ghost Ship 1, this is in an instance, so there's no competition, so you don't really have to worry about looking for a map ever or losing your map, because you will have to go into cash shop to reset your familiar's vitality if you don't have both the Eye of Time and the Leprechaun. So by farming here, you can always have your own map with no problem. So here is the map, and when you get in, you're first going to want to summon your familiar. You're going to want to turn on Black-Hearted Curse. You're going to want to set up Kishin around here. I like Kishin to be here because every single time I recast Kishin, I cast Nimbus Curse, and it hits pretty much the entire map. And when Nine-Tail Fury is available, I will use that as well, and then all you have to do now is just hold on to teleport. Kishin has a cooldown of 150 seconds, so every 2.5 minutes you're just going to have to go back to the center there and recast Kishin. Nimbus Curse has a cooldown of about a minute, but I don't really bother casting it until I do Kishin in the middle. And you know, doing that Nimbus Curse really does add up, because you need to cast Kishin about 25 times an hour, so using it 25 times does add up. I personally get around 6 mil a minute here with an average of 360 mil an hour when I make sure to cast Kishin right as it goes down. If I slack a little bit, obviously I will get less. And all you have to do now is wait for RNG to pick up everything. You don't even have to do anything. You just have to wait 2.5 minutes until Kishin runs out. Or alternatively, if you're paying a little more attention, you don't have to wait out the entire 2 minutes. You can recast it early just so you don't lose the spawn. So let's just recast it now. Let's head back up, recast it. Let's recast Kishin, let's recast Nimbus Curse, and back to farming. So after about, I'd say 25 minutes or so, you'll notice if you're using a Leprechaun that the vitality of the Leprechaun is going to be close to 0. You don't want to get to 0 because if you do, you're going to have to wait for your vitality to come back. So I'd say with maybe 20% of the last bar left, what you're going to want to do is go into the cash shop and then leave the cash shop again, and you'll be fine. So when you do that, you're going to want to turn Blackhearted Curse off so you don't pull aggro, and then just go into cash shop. You'll see right now that he has about half the bar gone, right? So let's go into cash shop and leave. You'll move out of this instance, but it's not a big deal because you can just come back. You can pick up that MESO. I would pick up all your MESO before you go into cash shop just because every little bit counts. So let's go into cash shop now. Okay, we are out of cash shop. You can tell that his vitality is 100% full again. And then we just repeat the process. Go back into here, cast Kishin, cast Nimbus Curse, turn on Black-Hearted Soul, and go back to teleporting. So that is how I currently farm my MESO. This is probably going to be the way that I farm until level 200. When I have level 200, you will obtain the new hyper skill, 5th job skill rather, which is extremely helpful for MESO farming. So when I do get to level 200, I'll probably give you guys an update on how to do it. But this is, in my opinion, the most relaxed way of farming. It's very easy, and that's how someone like me can farm billions and billions of MESO in a relatively short span of time, just because it's very, very relaxing. Anyways, if you guys have any other questions, make sure to drop the comments below and I will help you in any way that I can. Keep in mind that my 6 mil per hour is with 120% MESO obtained plus another 100 from the Leprechaun, so your rates will be much lower to start, but the sooner you start with your MESO farming, the sooner you finish cubing these 5 MESO equips, the sooner you finish getting your legendary ability to have MESO obtained, the better your MESO rates are. You should absolutely cube these items and get this legendary ability before spending MESO on cubes on your main, because the dividends will pay off 100%. Now I personally use Bye Bye Station, but another option if you guys want is Ghost Ship 1. Now the only difference I'd say with Ghost Ship 1 is make sure you have your Haku skill, your Shadowbound Haku on, because that Haku skill will heal you, because these mobs will do a significant amount of damage to you. And I mean, if you're doing this, it's basically just the same thing. Up Black-Hearted Curse, Kishin, and then just teleport. And then you can use Nimbus Curse, you can use this Demon Fury skill if you want. But aside from that, all you do is just teleport around, and all of your RNG moving around will allow your pets to pick up pretty much all the MESO. You can, like I said, every now and then go and manually pick up large stacks of MESO if they are being not picked up by the pets. So this is basically it. The same strategy, you just teleport around and you get MESO. I currently actually don't have a number I can give to you for this map because I have never really kept track of this map. There is a lot of competition for Ghost Ship 1 a lot of the times, so if you're not a big fan of having to find your own channels constantly, then I would highly suggest using Bye Bye Station because of the lack of competition. Anyways, that's going to do it for my very relaxed MESO farming guide. Once again, like I said in the beginning, these rates won't be the best because you are just randomly teleporting around. However, I believe that just the relaxation and being able to multitask is a good trade-off. So if you have any other questions, just leave them in the comments below and I will try to answer them for you. But other than that, I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out, guys.